Hey everybody, it's Mad Moon Mama here. Please forgive my sweaty, frizzy hair. This is just how it likes to be. So today, I thought I'd share with you in kind of a show and tell because I don't have a tripod and I'm filming on a phone and I'm not super techy. So I figured I'd just do a show and tell of my camp kitchen because I'm getting ready to go camping for my birthday, and I'm going with a group of about probably 6 to 8 people. So this is kind of my camp kitchen deluxe. If it were just me and maybe one other person, I'd probably scale down a bit on what I have. But let me share with you what I think is essential for car camping. And all right, let's go. So first of all, I'll start with kind of my utensil items that I would use while camping. Typically when I go by myself or with maybe 2 to 3 people, I would just bring a small cutting board, but with several people, I'm gonna pack 2. These are really handy even to serve like meat, cheese, or veggies and hummus. It's a serving platter as well as a cutting board. And I like these knives that you can get at Big Lots that come with their own protective cover, so that way you don't slice your finger off when you're digging in a box full of stuff. And I bring an assortment of utensils. I don't love this, so I'm happy to take it camping and it can get all grimed up and just, you know, this is from a rice cooker. I don't ever use this, but it's a great camp soup ladle or baked beans or what have you. Yeah, this is great. It's got, it's a spoon, but it's got some straining ability to it. There's my camp utensils. Then I like to bring along, you can get a smaller can opener. There's all kinds of camp tools that open cans that are smaller, but I just had this one extra and it's kind of old and rusty, so it's perfect for a camp box. I didn't have to go out and buy another one. I just had this laying around. And I also have a wine bottle. It's got a tiny little blade probably to open your wine, and bottle opener. Those come in handy too. I always carry fire. It's good to light a camp stove if you need to, or your fire, and you just need fire out there in the woods, so bring it. Then I have an odd assortment of cups and cup holders and makeshift cups. Because I'm going with a group of 6 to 8 people, I figured I'd bring some of these red Solo cups. I don't really like the disposable options, but somebody may not have a cup out there and need it for making a drink or eating salad out of it, or who knows, somebody may need it. This is my Fair Lemonade cup. I just figured it's a nice big cup. It might come handy, or come in handy out there for big glass of water. I don't know. Get it out of my cupboard, see if I use it camping. If not, it gets donated. I have my coffee cup with a lid. Keep your coffee nice and hot. You can also use it for cold drinks. Keep it insulated because it's summer and it gets hot outside. I also have this. Let's see, these are Life Factory brand, and it's got a little pour lid on it. And I had a protein shaker at one point that has the whisk ball in it, so I thought this would be great for if you want to make salad dressing with some olive oil and lemon juice and seasoning, or scrambled eggs. You crack all your eggs in there, put it in the ball, and you have a little man-powered or lady-powered blender. And my sister gave me this beer koozie, and I had this keep cup with, I don't like the cork that's on it because it gets wet, it gets gross feeling. So this keeps it insulated so I can use it for hot or cold beverages, and it keeps it covered so the bugs stay out of it. So there you go. Got all kinds of cups and containers. Extra beer koozie in case somebody wants to keep their drink cold or protect their hands from the hot drink. I don't know. May as well have it. I have a variety of Tupperware containers that I just find at the thrift store. Sometimes it's handy when you're prepping foods out camping to have, you know, serving container to put it in. So you don't have to have stuff like this, but it's, like I said, this is Camp Kitchen Deluxe. So we have little funky, fun Tupperware containers with snap-on lids. Or if you want to pack a bunch of sandwiches or a lunch or something and take it down to a beach or on a hike, these are a great little portable lunch container. I also have this stainless steel. Again, these things typically I wouldn't have in the kit for myself, but with a large group of people, you know, somebody could eat out of this if they need to, or store their leftovers or what have you in that. Again, because it's a larger group of people, I'm going to bring a big bowl. It's nice to make pancakes or toss a salad, you know. You've probably gone camping before, and you've probably eaten food before. You know how these things work. Yeah, I bring a variety of plates and bowls. These I actually rescued from the trash, and they're kind of a cheapy plastic. You probably got them, or whoever got them probably found them at Walmart or Dollar Tree or something. And I have a couple of dessert plates and dinner plates. These I can wash again. They're nice and lightweight, and they pack in my camp kitchen real easy. But I do have some disposable that I purchased a few years ago, so I've just slowly been working through those, and I'd rather wash dishes than make more trash, but I have it, I'll use it, you know. And then I have an oddball hodgepodge of silverware, some of it real, some of it cheap plastic from Dollar Tree, some of it rescued, again, from the trash. People throw away just new packs of silverware. I don't know what's wrong with them. But these, I mean, you can wash them over and over again, or you touch raw chicken with it and you don't want to deal with it, you can throw it away. It's not your grandma's silverware or anything. So next I'll go over all my cookware that I like to use, and over the years I've used a variety of options when camping, but in my most recent camping trips, I have found that these little like butane cook stoves, if you're gonna be car camping, you just may as well use one, because my little small stove that you would take backpacking, there's a technical name that I'm blanking on, it takes like forever to boil water for coffee, and it's really only meant for probably single servings, because you're out on the trail and you're just boiling your 1 or 2 cups of water before you mix it into your, you know, mountain house meal. So this year, I've cooked on these before, but this year I went ahead and bought one for myself. It's Coleman. I'm sure there's other brands out there that make them, and you just put your little fuel canister in there, and it just operates kind of like a burner on your stove. It's really easy. It cooks really well, and you know, you have low, medium, and high heat, and it's awesome. And if you're in a really cold situation, you can always use it as a heat source as long as you're really cautious. And it's great because you can cook your baked beans or mac and cheese or just a hot soup, and you don't have to get out a lot of stuff. You don't have to have a fire. I've camped in really rainy conditions and you can't get a fire going. And sometimes you're just hungry and you don't want to have to wait for the fire to get to the right cooking temperature and deal with all that hassle. You can just fire that baby up. You got hot soup in 2 seconds, and then you just crawl in your sleeping bag and hope for the best. And it uses these like little, I packed 2. Probably 1 would be fine for this camp trip, but preppers like to say 1 is none and 2 is 1, so you may as well bring a second one just in case. And to cook on the stove, I have just a smaller cast iron skillet. I don't know, because of the weight of cast iron, if these, I'm sure it would hold up under the weight, but I figured this one is just, to get even cooking, this size is probably the best for these Coleman cook stoves. If you're cooking on the fire, I mean, you can do the big old 14-inch skillet and it'll cook just fine. But for this, I just brought, I think this is a 8 or 10-inch, I don't know. It's the right size. And I have a couple like camp cooking sets that I've purchased just on Amazon over the years, because every year I get a little bit of camp gear because I love camping and it's just fun to get all the sweet camp gear. And yeah, this is a 40-ounce pot, so this is perfect for making some mac and cheese, baked beans, some ramen, you know, anything you want to boil. You could just boil up water if you need be. Real simple. The handle folds up on it, and yeah, it's great. It's Stanley, and I think it has a lifetime warranty, so I mean, you buy 1 pot for life, you know. And it comes with a variety of items inside of it. Some of the utensils and things I didn't really care for, so I just keep these 2 bowls because they're handy for prepping, or it's a great oatmeal cereal bowl in the morning. I have this bag of goodies here. What I love about these camp cooking sets is that they are so nice and compact. You don't have to deal with all the big bulky pots and pans, because you can really use, you can go to the thrift store, you can find some cheapy Teflon pots and pans, whatever, and bring those with you. But these I just like because they're real compact. This kit comes with a little skillet, which is nice for just like, you know, I've cooked steak in here. I've cooked scrambled eggs, fried eggs, saute up vegetables. I mean, it's just like your basic skillet you'd use in your house, but it's for camping, so it's extra special. And then again, it comes with another pot. And it's nice, especially with a larger group of people, you can, you know, put 1 hot dish in here and a hot dish in the other. So it's nice to have multiple pots. And then it has a nice little tea kettle with it, so I've brewed the tea straight in there. Or you just want a hot tea before you go to bed, hot chocolate, oh yeah baby, just make it up in there. And this one comes with this little tiny loofah. That's what's so special about it. So you can scrub the pots because it's abrasive, even though it's kind of doesn't work that great. But or you could bathe with it in the river. I don't know, but there you go. That comes with it. And then it comes with 3 little bowls, which I don't know. This would be like a yogurt size bowl. So maybe if you have little chopped onions or just little tiny little things you want to cook with, there you go. And then there's a lid that goes to the skillet or the pot. And I'll show you my other, I just keep them with my camp kitchen stuff. I don't always use all of these options when I'm out camping, but you know, if I do, with the larger group, if I do want to keep, like I'm bringing cans of baked beans, right? So if I want to heat up the baked beans and cook mac and cheese, I'd cook mac and cheese on my Coleman, and I'd use my little, this little camp stove or backpacking stove to warm up my beans. And these use a isobutane propane mix, and you just get these Walmart, Target had them at one point, or any sporting goods, you know. They're, let's see, this one was $4.99, which I think was slightly overpriced for what these things usually run, but this will twist right in there, and it's got a little fuse. You'll release the fuel into the burner, hit the fuse, and then you have fire in it. I mean, with a small amount of liquid or just to get stuff warm, this works great. And it holds a decent amount of weight. I can put, you know, that Stanley pot on there with a couple cans of beans, and as long as you're on a fairly level surface, it'll work out just fine. The other thing was I bought this funky little stove last year, just because I thought this might be fun to horse around with at some point. And this cooks with either small wood pellets, or you would cook it with like little twigs and stuff that you'd find around your campsite. So your little fire goes underneath here, and it's multi-tier, and the heat from the little fire is going to cook your food. I don't know how efficient this is. I don't know how evenly it cooks. I don't know how often you're gonna have to fuel with it. I haven't experienced it yet, but I thought it was a really cool option, and just a nice extra way to cook when I'm out camping that's with fire, but I don't have to use a large fire or have a lot of firewood to cook with. So yeah, we still have yet to determine whether this was a smart purchase or not. But there you go. And let's see. So many years ago, I took a trip, and someone gifted me a whole set with these strawberry, this is like a table covering, and then I got napkins, and you know, it's one of those things, it's pretty, it was gifted to you, you don't want to give it away, what am I going to do with it? Ooh, I'm going to put it in my camp kitchen over my beautiful enamel red coffee pot to keep my coffee warm. Oh, so smart. Look at that. I think that's what this is, like a tea kettle cover, but I don't have a tea kettle to cover. So I figure while I'm camping, especially if you make a pot of coffee and people are kind of getting up on their own timing and you want to keep the coffee hot, you just slip this cover over there and hopefully it'll insulate it a little bit. And then you're super fancy and pretty while you're out there in the woods covered in dirt. It'll be great. So this is just a typical coffee percolator where you put water in the pot, put your coffee in there, bring it to a boil. You let it simmer till the water turns to beautiful coffee color. And then you breathe a beautiful sigh of relief because it's time to drink coffee. So I also have this because sometimes when you're out in the woods you find, you know, twigs and berries and herbs and things you want to make tea out of, you know. So this is great because I can chop up some herbs and set it inside the rim of my teapot here and cover it with the lid and steep it, or I can put it, you know, in the rim of a cup or something to, I don't know. Or if I want to pour, make cowboy coffee and I want to strain it out into my cup, this is a little easy peasy portable strainer. I also, I bought an AeroPress. It's like a fancy way of making coffee, but it makes a really good cup of coffee. And you'll put your coffee grounds in there, and there's a little filter paper you put in there. Put your hot water in, and you'll twist the lid on. And this is great. Like, typically this would be my system if it was just me out camping. I wouldn't bring my percolator. And then I let it steep for the amount of time, and I put it on top of my insulated cup, and you just put all your strength into it. You have to really go for it. Just let it go. And then your coffee comes out, and you have a really good cup of coffee and a little mini workout. Okay. Then I just carry some coffee filters and a coffee scoop and other half a strainer. You know, extra stuff probably don't need, but I'll bring it for my sanity. And then I carry all my cookware in. This is a basket I got out of the trash. So you don't need anything fancy to carry your camp gear. You don't have to spend $50 on some fancy box or anything. You can just use whatever you have. You can use cardboard. Go to Aldi and get some of their boxes and carry your stuff in it. You don't need anything fancy. But I decided this year that I wanted to put all my cookware in an open basket because you can access it real easy. The rest of my kitchen stuff, I don't have to dig around it. So I'm going to try that out this season. Oh, I forgot I had a grill. Look, it's free. Somebody threw this out, and it's brand spanking new. What is wrong with people? I'd never throw away a grill. I mean, it's no fancy Weber. It's a family chef. It's probably from Family Dollar, but it'll cook a burger. It'll cook a hot dog. It'll cook your veggie kebab. Don't you throw that away. So I'm bringing that this year because, again, there's more than me. I'm not going to fire up that grill for myself. I'm going to make beans in a pot and probably eat it right out of it. But you have to be a little bit more, you know what that means. Yeah, and then pack your charcoal. This I got for $1.99 in a discount store. I think you burn it right in the bag. These might be filled with toxic carbon monoxide. Maybe wood chips is better. I don't know. It's $1.99, and it'll cook hot dogs. It'll cook hamburgers. Let's see, what else? What else? We're almost done, I promise. So you can either use the tub that you carry your camp kitchen in as a space saver to do your dishes, or you can go to the Dollar Tree and just buy a dish tub. But it's great. I'm camping at a very, I would say glamping in my opinion, because it's not roughing at all. There's flushing toilets and there's showers. They may not be the prettiest toilets or the prettiest showers, but to me that's glamping. So they do have access to water to wash your dishes. So I would, you know, it's going to be easy peasy to wash my dishes there. But last summer, all my camping trips, I didn't have access to like running water. There was a water source, but I would use that Coleman stove and boil my water, and then I'd put, you know, soapy water in here, and then I had a rinse bucket with clean water that I would just do a final rinse in, and that's how I did all my dishes outside. So these tubs do come in handy, especially when you want to clear everything. You just clear it all up, out of sight, out of mind, until the next day. I don't know, or do it right away. Be productive. So on the cleaning end, I bring some This is some CVS brand that I got for free with a coupon. Earth Essentials, certified biodegradable dish soap. Always want to bring biodegradable. I typically use like Dr. Bronner's unscented, but I had this. I figure if it's for me, this is what I bring. For a larger group of people, maybe there's several meals a day and we're using the reusable dishes, maybe a dish soap, although I would be surprised if we went through all this, but I'm gonna bring it anyway. And I like to bring a little sweet baby steel wool. I'm dorky, I'm sorry. For my cast iron skillet, because, you know, the baked on fun, this really clears it right up. And because we are dealing with germs out there in the wild, and sometimes you don't wash your hands, and sometimes you touch raw meat, and sometimes you're wild, you bring Purell because, you know, why not? This is the stinkiest spray, but I got it for free, and slowly but surely I've been using it. But I figure we're camping during the hopefully tail end of this pandemic, and having a little extra sanitation cleaning couldn't hurt. And you know, if you want to wipe down a tablecloth or the picnic table or something like that, you know, why not bring this super stinky spray that hopefully works as a bug repellent as well. And I just bring an assortment of, these are my homemade paper towels. Fancy. From, I don't know, an old bed sheet or something, but they can get dirty. And then I brought some extra brat fun. I don't know why I'm doing the accents, because it's just fun. And again, I don't like disposable, but it is nice if you are touching raw chicken or something like that and you want to clean. You can use paper towels, or if you touch something real gross. And then I bring an assortment of plastic bags, which most of these I have reused several times, but trash bags, and I bring a bag for recycling, and just various Ziploc bags and such, because sometimes it's nice, you know, if you want to take some trail mix down to the beach or something, you have a little plastic bag, you can stick it in. Or I've opened bacon before while camping, and I wanted to seal it up in a plastic bag and not just throw it loose into the sweet cooler juices. You know what I'm talking about. So the plastic bags are our friends, but reuse them as much as you can. And then I just packed a few disposable gloves, because again, raw meat, I don't really care. I'm still alive. But some people may, or, you know, you get camp hands and it's really disgusting and filthy, and either you embrace it and you go with it, or you put some gloves on while you're preparing food for 6 to 8 people. And then last but not least, a tablecloth that you also rescued from the trash. Look at this beautiful tablecloth. Oh, so nice. It's gonna be such a beautiful dinner space. And there you go. That's all the stuff I would bring in my camp kitchen here. And I pack it all in just a clear, basic Tupperware container in my free from the trash wire basket. This I probably use as a storage bin for something else in my house. So over time, you know, I've purchased a few things here and there. But a lot of this stuff I found for free, or it was from the thrift store, or people gifted it to me, or it was left over from something and I've collected it over a couple years, kind of pieced this all together. And usually at the beginning of each camp season, I'll kind of go through all my camp storage bins just to make sure everything's in there and things are clean. And so I'll usually make a master list and just go through and check off, make sure I have everything. So that way I don't get out there and I'm without coffee, because that would be scary, right? Okay, so I hope you enjoy this video in my corny, cheesy self with my very sexy background of the backside of my couch. And yeah, hope you get out and go camping this summer or fall or winter or spring or sometime. And I hope this is helpful for you if you're a first-time camper. And feel free to comment below if there's something you would like to see in use, or if you'd like to know where I purchased any of these things. Typically it's Amazon, because that's one-click shopping. All right, well, green blessings, and hope everybody's staying well and staying sane and going out there and being a message of hope and peace and love and kindness. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.